This story also from the New York Times. Trump backers battle online over skilled immigrants. Weeks before President-elect Donald J. Trump is to take office, a major rift has emerged among his supporters over immigration and the place of foreign workers in the U.S. labor market. The debate hinges on how much tolerance, if any, the incoming administration should have for skilled immigrants brought into the country on work visas. This is delicious. This is the Steve Bannon versus fucking Elon Musk pissing match.
Yeah, man, this is a lot of leopards ate your face stuff for them. Yep. There's an interesting interplay here, and what I think there's definitely a shitty undertone to this entire thing because it's saying we want immigrants, just the right immigrants. You know, there's definitely a really shitty undertone of like, yeah, no, we definitely want, what we don't want is somebody who might be a poor immigrant. You know, what we don't want is we want somebody who's going to come here and essentially work for, you know, indentured servitude. And here's what we knew was going to happen when he took office, when those people were talking about the deportations and all that stuff. We knew there was going to be somebody, and that person was going to come up and be like, hey, by the way, actually, you know, some immigration is good, because there was no way they were going to be able to sustain their own workforce if they were to just say, like, we're going to throw all these people out of the country. You can't sustain your workforce. You have to have, there has to be new immigrant blood in a lot of different places. Now, what Elon Musk does, and I think I saw Bernie Sanders talking about this. He's like, he just fucking underpays people and holds their visa over their head. So he's super shitty about like bringing people over and then being like, yeah, I'm just gonna, I'm gonna pay you nothing. And then you work 20 hours a day. And what Elon wants is cheap labor from people. And then he's willing to trade their visas for it, right? What he wants is unlimited cheap labor from people who won't complain. That's what he wants. And the thing is like, they're going to give it to him because clearly Trump is on his side. And so we're in this weird position now where Trump is following Elon's lead on this. I haven't seen Trump pull back at all on this. And there's a ton of people, Laura Loomer, other people, they're freaking the fuck out about how these people were horrible. They were horrible from the beginning. They don't want to see a single immigrant in this country. Yeah. And Trump ran on that. And guess what? You guys fucking, the thing is it didn't matter. The person who was going to pay for it, the person who was going to give him the most money was going to win. And it was Elon Musk.
It was Elon Musk. You know, what you have here, I think, is a battle between the true believers and the guys who were just saying shit to win. Right? Like the Laura Loomers,
that's a great point. That's a great point.
Those guys were all true. The problem is that they're true believers. They think that every immigrant is a bad immigrant. Right? They believe all that messaging. They bought all of it, hook, line, and sinker. They're like the dumb motherfucker I rode bikes with that I talked about before. It was just like, here are the things I've heard, barf it out, right? It's just like these guys believe the bullshit. It is a false distinction, and I think it's a really important false distinction to make to prefer what we would think of as skilled versus unskilled laborers.
Yeah.
That's a false distinction because our country, and not because there's no distinction between skilled and unskilled laborers, right? There is a distinction between skilled and unskilled labor. The problem is that there should be no preference between them. As a country, we need unskilled labor. We don't just need skilled labor. We actually have a strong economic need for unskilled labor. We have to have it. We have to have unskilled laborers. Our dairy farms rely on them. Our construction industry, fully a third of the workers in new construction homes, by most estimates, are migrant laborers who are not what you would consider like skilled laborers. You need them in our agricultural industry. We need them in industries all across this country. We need them in many service jobs as well.
I want to point out really quickly though. I just want to point out, like, you're using a term like unskilled. I don't want people to think like you think those people are unskilled. No, it's just that's how the classification works. When we talk about that. I just want to make sure people recognize that you're not calling these people like unskilled people. They just happen to not fit within a rubric that defines somebody's sort of occupational value based on capitalism.
That's exactly right. Yeah, I'm not making a connotated judgment. Like, this is not a judgment of them as people. It's just like, this is broadly how labor economics.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to point that out.
No, it's a good point, because I don't want people writing like I'm an asshole to like, but like the truth is, like, we have a need for both types of labor. The problem is you've got these true believers on the one side, and then you've got like these other guys who are just saying whatever they needed to say in order to win. And then, like the fucking technocrats, they recognize like, oh shit, well, I mean, I don't care about your dairy farm. You guys can go fucking bankrupt. I can afford $8, $10 a gallon milk. I'm fucking rich. I don't care. But I want coders. I want software engineers. I want these guys. So like, what's good for the goose is not what's good for the gander. The rules for me are not for thee.
Absolutely.
It's lying. It's because they were never in it. They never believed any of the bullshit. Like, it was all stuff that they said to get stupid people to sign on, to kick people out so that all the prices of our fucking goods and services could go up.
They knew that the fear was going to win. They knew that they could play on that fear and have it so that those people would listen to them and would act on their words, right? They had the idea that if they scare these people enough about immigrants and how they're coming in, they're going to take your jobs. Like there was multiple things that have happened already since the start of this, since Trump won, that have already shown that he is 100% not going to follow through on a lot of the things that he's already said.
Right.
And wait until he gets in office. I know we're saying that they want those HB1 visas, but I guarantee the moment he gets in office, some of these dairy farmers are going to get and some of these, egg farmers and whatever, they're going to get an audience with him, and they're going to bend his ear, and he's going to lax up.
100%.
I think this man, the moment you can see how easily swayed he is by Elon Musk and what Elon Musk says to him, there's no way any of these other major business people that come in, these other billionaires come in, they're going to be able to sway him too. So he's going to do what he was going to do already, which was bend to the will of big business.
Also, like the birth rate in America right now is somewhere around 1.7.
Not enough.
It needs to be about 2.1 for replacement.
Ain't enough.
Not growth.
Not enough. I'm not a mathematician, but I know that's not enough.
So people, it's not like there's like a federal program to make people fuck more.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen like like Uncle Sam wants you to get laid. Like, I haven't seen that poster anywhere. We don't have any social safety nets. We don't have childcare. Like, we don't have any of that stuff.
We don't have any
place.
encouragement to have kids.
That's right. So we haven't put any of the incentives in place. So that 1.7 is going to hover around 1.7, and people are actually saying it's probably going to go down.
Sure.
So the only way to get to replacement is
going down is also a great way to avoid pregnancy. By the way.
That is true. Going down will avoid pregnancy. So
if that's all you do, if that's all you do, if you stop it going down,
stop there.
Stop there.
Look, it doesn't matter where you put it in the rotation, as long as you put it in the end as well. You can bookend. I'm just saying, bookends are nice.
Putting it in the end, another great way.
Another great option. Another great option. But like, if you don't get to 2.1 somehow with immigration, like, you're going to run into the problem of like, look at what's happening in China. Look at what's happening in Japan. Look at what's happening in Italy. As those populations age, their economies begin to suffer. They collapse. There are not enough workers to replace the prior workers. It's not good. Like, an aging population is a bad thing for a country. So like, I don't know what the fucking plan is here, but I know the numbers don't bear out any of this like ship them all away bullshit.
Yeah. And that's the thing is like all of us, everybody here, unless you're like a native person, you came here just like everybody else.
Goddamn right.
You came to this country just like everybody fucking else, right? Unless you're a native, everybody else came here from some other place. And every single person wants to kick that fucking ladder out from underneath everybody else. Everybody wants to knock that ladder down.
That's right.
Knock everybody off.